Good morning, Sunny Banani. Welcome to the School of Education Orientation Program for 2022. I'm Dr. Ash Singh Pillai, Academic Leader of the B.Ed program. Congratulations on being accepted into the B.Ed program. You are privileged as we have received more than 20,000 applications. This means you are one of the 1,252 students who were selected to study for teaching. As a pre-service teacher, you're expected to familiarize yourself with the university rules and regulations. There's certain conduct that you have to display as a pre-service teacher. At the School of Education, we expect you to conduct yourself within the scope of the university rules and regulations. These can be found in the College of Humanities Handbook, which is on our webpage. You're also expected to abide by the Code of Conduct for Teachers as designated by the South African Council for Educators, namely SACE. This means you are expected to acknowledge the noble callings of the teaching profession as expressed by SACE. You have to display professionalism at all times. You have to take responsibility for your studies. Meet the deadlines in terms of assignments, projects, practicals, tests. Students are expected to complete all tasks assigned to them. When a student is unable to complete a task in the allocated time, this needs to be brought to the attention of the respective lecturer immediately so that a negotiated agreement may be arrived at. You could also consult with the module coordinator and the cluster leader for that particular module. As future teachers, we also expect you to refrain from any form of violence, damage to the university property, threats of intimidation. Such behavior and conduct will not be tolerated within the School of Education. Please note that any student who intentionally or negligently causes damage to any property owned, possessed, or occupied by the university shall make good such damages. Now let me introduce you to the B.Ed structure, the degree for which you've enrolled for. We offer 3 phases: the foundation phase, the intermediate phase, and the senior FET phase. All 3 phases have a total credit weighting of 512. For the intermediate phase, you have a choice between natural science technology and mathematics. For the senior and FET phase, we offer 16 packages, which I would introduce you to a little later. The duration of the degree is 4 years, that is 8 semesters. This means you have 8 semesters within which to complete your degree and meet the program requirements. To graduate, you need to meet the total credit required for your phase, but you also need to satisfy the curriculum requirements as per the College of Humanities Handbook. Most modules are worth 16 credits. You acquire credits for the module that you have legitimately registered for and have passed. The reason why I am saying this is because it is possible that you may not register for a module, you may complete the task, but you will not receive any credits for the task done because you have not registered for the module. So please ensure that you register for the modules that you're supposed to register for. The number of credits that any student can register for per semester cannot exceed 80 unless you have the permission from the dean or the academic leader. 1 credit at university requires 10 hours of work. So if a module carries 16 credit, that means you're expected to complete about 160 hours of work. Within each program or phase that you may select, there are compulsory modules that all students are expected to complete. These include education study modules. There are 6 across the 4 years. Teaching practice. There are 4 modules across the 4 years. Computer literacy. This is a 0 credit bearing module where you complete the module to demonstrate competency in the use of a computer. Within the School of Education, we have clusters which are equivalent to the departments that you had in the school. In the School of Education, we have an academic cluster leader responsible for each cluster. In this slide, you have the clusters listed and the persons that lead the cluster and the disciplines that fall within the cluster. I also have a picture of the cluster leader and their email address. So we will start off with education studies. The cluster leader is Professor Anya Philip, and the disciplines that fall within this cluster are your 6 education studies modules and the foundation phase. Professor Ansuri Pillay leads the language and art education cluster. She controls English, isiZulu, drama, and creative arts. The social science education cluster is headed by Dr. Janet Jarvis. Within the social science cluster are the following disciplines: history, social science, life orientation, accounting, and EMS. Professor Sarah Bansilao leads the mathematics and computer science education cluster. In this cluster lies mathematics, computer studies, and information system. Last but not least is the cluster that I belong to, which is the Science and Technology Education Cluster. It is led by Dr. Doris Zabanda. The disciplines within this cluster are physical science, life sciences, natural science, and technology. Let me introduce you to the specifics of each phase. I'll begin with the foundation phase. Foundation phase teachers teach children the foundations of reading, writing, and literacy from grade R to grade 3. The foundation phase program caters for 2 options, or rather, we offer 2 options. English as home language, with isiZulu as first additional language, or isiZulu as home language and English as your first additional language. This slide shows the modules that you have to register for in the foundation phase if you choose the option English as your home language and isiZulu as your first additional language. Please note that computer literacy can be picked up either in semester 1 or semester 2. So the modules you need to register for both semester 1 and semester 2 with the matching module code is listed in the slides that follow. This slide pertains to foundation phase for the option isiZulu as a home language and English as the first additional language. The modules and their matching module codes are reflected in the slide for both semester 1 and 2. I now focus on the intermediate phase. Intermediate phase teachers teach children from grades 4 to 6. As mentioned previously, we offer 2 streams in the intermediate phase, a mathematics stream and the NS technology stream. For each stream, we offer 2 options. So you could choose to either do English as your home language and isiZulu as your first additional language, or you could do isiZulu as your home language and English as your first additional language. This slide reflects the modules that need to be taken if you choose English as your home language and isiZulu as your first additional language. In the first year of your study, both the NS, Tech and the Math stream do the same modules in year 1. Please note, as mentioned previously, computer literacy can be picked up either in semester 1 or semester 2. The module and the module codes are reflected on this slide for both semester 1 and semester 2. Intermediate phase, if you opt to choose isiZulu as your home language and English as your first additional language, whether you belong to the mathematics or the NS stream, you would do the same modules in year 1. Also note that computer literacy can be picked up in either semester 1 or 2. The module code and the module names are reflected to assist you with registration. For the senior and further education and training phase, we offer 16 packages to choose from. Should you opt to choose the senior FET phase, please note you will be trained to teach learners from grades 7 to 12. Also be aware that for a package to be offered, a minimum of 40 students must enroll for that particular package. If the enrollment does not meet the Senate norms of 40, the package will not be offered. Students would then have to select another package that they qualify for. These are the FET packages that are on offer. On this slide, we show the modules that have to be registered for when you choose computer science as your FET specialization with technology education and mathematics as your senior phase specialization. On the slide, the module name and the module code are reflected. The next package is your FET drama with senior phase creative arts and life orientation. Again, the slide depicts the module and the module codes that would help you to register. FET English with senior phase English and EMS. These are the modules that you would need to register for semester 1 and semester 2 of 2022. FET English with senior phase English and social science. The slide reflects the modules that you're required to register for. FET History with Senior Phase Social Sciences and Life Orientation. The modules you need to register for and their respective codes are reflected on this slide. FET History with Senior Phase Social Sciences and English. The slide reflects the module and the module codes you would need to access to register. FET History with Senior Phase Geography and isiZulu. The slide depicts the module codes and the module name that will assist you with registering should you opt for this package. FET Information System with Senior Phase Technology and EMS. The module and the module codes are reflected on the slide. Information System with Senior Phase Technology and Mathematics. FET isiZulu with Senior Phase isiZulu and EMS. The module and module codes are reflected on the slide. FET isiZulu with Senior Phase isiZulu and Social Sciences. The module and the module codes are reflected. FET Life Sciences with Senior Phase Natural Science and Technology Education. The modules that are required in this package for Semester 1 and Semester 2 of the first year of study are reflected with the module codes. FET Mathematics with Senior Phase Mathematics and Technology Education. FET Physical Science with Senior Phase Natural Science and Mathematics. FET Accounting with Senior Phase EMS and Mathematics. FET Accounting with Senior Phase EMS and Creative Arts. Students, I wish you well with your studies. Should you have any queries pertaining to the B.Ed program, kindly email me on the email reflected on this slide. I thank you